Hey everybody, Tom Barnes, stories from the 78. Happy winter January season here in Chicago. Well, if you can't beat them, you got to join them, right? So you've seen a bunch of movies throughout the Christmas holidays, I bet. And did you know that a lot of those props in those movies originate right here in Chicago at a prop house in Chicago? Gonna hop in the car, go all the way down to the south side to Zap Props to take a look at their archive and what they have going on inside that space. That is the story from this 78.
All right, so I'm in the mastermind domain, the lair, if you will, of my friend Bill here, who owns Zap Props. How are you, Bill?
Pretty good.
This is an incredible space. You really have the market cornered on all things unique, not only in Chicago, but I feel like in the world. I mean, you have some stuff that I have never seen before, and that's kind of what you're going for, right?
Oh yeah, we want to be very unique in what we do. Have just not your run of the ordinary type of furniture, advertising, paintings, that anything that's kind of that I like or my partner likes or anybody else in the company likes. We try to put it in this room here.
Right, and you have Zap Props in another building, and that's kind of, was that like the baby? Is that the one that got it all started for you guys?
Yes, it is. Yeah, the Zap Props is where we started out with our rental business of renting to the movie, TV programs, and also events.
And that is something that's been around for a while, right? As far as the TV industry here in Chicago, you guys kind of predated that, didn't you?
Yeah, well, we definitely came in right around when it was at its slowest. After, after like say for instance the Belushi, Dan Aykroyd time period. I've been doing this since basically about 1991 with the prop rental business. Before that, I bought and sold antiques.
And now you have this other space where you have a couple floors of galleries where people can buy some of these things, not rent. And that's kind of what people are seeing in this video as we're talking, all these different things from all walks of life here for people to buy.
Yes. We have a lot of people that will come in here. We do it only by appointment only. So we'll have, we kind of root out who just wants to look and who wants to actually buy something. We do a lot of work with different decorators, restaurants, designers, and serious art collectors and serious collectors.
And you have it in this area of the city that is the Central Manufacturing area district.
Yeah, the official name is Central Manufacturing District. It was started in about 1912 by a gentleman who owned the train tracks leading into the stockyards, and he fomented this idea of this area to actually help out his trains and give more cargo to come into this area. So basically the deal was this: you wanted a building, you'd go meet with him. They would set up him. He had his own architects, his own construction. They'd build your building to your specs or whatever their specs was, and you'd rent it from them. Later on, they started selling off the buildings, and that's how it originally started out with. As I had pointed out to you earlier, there's a lot of areas here where you see these narrow alleyways, but they were actually shuttles for the different train cars to be put in.
And that's how you're in this beautiful old building. I mean, that's a story in itself with it's all wood, it's got the old fire doors, but that's where it houses all of your collection here. I mean, you have stuff, have entire bars that people can buy, from, like you said, the one that we're looking at here is from like the 1970s, but that's just one of what, hundreds of thousands of things you have here.
Oh yes, yeah. I mean, there's so many different items. We get a lot of phone calls from people looking for specific things. Sometimes they don't even know what they're looking for, and they'll come in and they'll talk to us about ideas of what they want to do for their location, whatever they want to do. So
yeah, you have some mid-century modern stuff, and then you have these old dime store pinball or game machines.
Yeah, arcade machines. Yeah, well, the arcade stuff comes from my roots because my father was in the arcade business. I followed him into it, and I just constantly, it's not far from my heart. I'm always having jukeboxes or some kind of coin-operated device.
And now you have something else that's a little bit different, but kind of is very unique in a way where you have an art gallery featuring some of the things that you find combined with the art, which is something kind of new. I haven't really seen that type of art gallery before in the city, right?
Right, yeah. The one that we have downstairs, Alma, which I'm associated with, the whole idea there was putting contemporary art, but also putting basically art sculpture in the sense of the furniture and different items. This way, a person walks in, they could see what something might look like with either their artwork, or they're looking for artwork to put with their furniture.
And that is all here, and is that by appointment only as well?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so for the umbrella that is Zap Props, is it best for people to go to the website, or how should they go about making appointments to either come see, or is it a completely different business from renting things to buying things here?
Yes, it's very different. The main thing I would say is to make a phone call to Zap Props as far as Zap Props goes. As far as the contemporary art gallery and the mid-modern, that would be gone through Alma.
And to make an appointment to come and look through these things, kind of need to be a serious buyer. Again, that's going through Zap Props. Can they go to a website to look at things? How's that work?
We haven't started a website for that. Now, for renting, we do have a full website at zapprops.com, and you could see all the different type of items. We have a lot of stuff up there for rent. The other aspect of it is that you could go through. They got sizes, cost, everything else, and then you could call to make an appointment to go if you want to physically see what we have there. In this space here, this is not up on any website yet.
Not just yet, but call you. What's the number for people to call?
773-376-2278, or email zapprops.com.
Bill, this has been a lot of fun walking through this space. It's truly unique, very Chicago. I'm glad that it's here, and I wish you nothing but the best going forward.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you coming out and taking a look at this.
Absolutely.
All right, that is the story from the 78 all the way down on the south side. Tom Barnes Chicago at gmail.com. If you have a story from the 78 suggestion, or head over to the website storiesfromthe78.com. We'll see you guys later. Take care.